Hariom students, I am Pushpanjali Pandey from CBSE English classes. Today I am going to teach you what is the difference between must and have to. Now see, sometimes have to is used instead of must. The meaning of must and have to is same. There is no much difference. But in this video I will tell you where we have to use must and where we have to use have to. Now see, one example I am giving you. I must write a letter to John. I have to write a letter to John. Same sentences are here. Okay. I have to write a letter to John and I have to write letter to John. Okay. Now what is the differences here? In one sentence I have used must and the another sentence I have used have to. Okay. Now see where the must is used. Must is used to express obligation, responsibility or necessity. Okay. So it's very clear that must is used to express obligation, responsibility or necessity. So in the first sentence, just you see, I must write a letter to John. The speaker decides that something is necessary, that he must write letter, isn't it? I decided to write a letter. Nobody else told me to write it. I think it is necessary. Okay. Now see, speaker is I na. So I decided to write a letter. Nobody is forcing me to write a letter. I think that it is necessary to write a letter. So I am writing a letter to John. Getting all of you? Why I have used must here? Because nobody else is forcing me to do that. I myself decided that I should write a letter to John. Okay. Now see the another sentence. Why we have used same have to in the same sentence. Now I have to write a letter to John. Now here someone else other than the speaker has made the decision. Means the speaker himself has not made the decision to write the letter to John. Somebody else has forced him to write a letter to John or somebody else has told him to write a letter to John. Okay. So I didn't decide to write a letter. Someone else told me to write it. Getting all of you? In the first sentence, that speaker himself decided to write a letter. And the second sentence, somebody else has told him to write the letter. That is why here we have used have to. And in the first sentence, must we have used because their speaker himself decided to write the letter. Now see, one another sentence I am giving you. I must book a hotel for my trip next week. So now in this sentence, the speaker decides that something is necessary. I am reminding myself that it is necessary to do. I have decided it is necessary. Okay. I myself think, the speaker himself think here that it is necessary that he should book the hotel for the trip. Okay. That is why must is used in this line. And we have to wear a uniform at work. So this sentence we have used have to. We have to wear a uniform at work. Someone else other than the speaker has made the decision. Means this is not our decision. Somebody else has made the decision and telling us to wear the uniform at work. So our boss makes us wear uniform. It is an obligation that our boss has decided. So what is I have told you that it is to express obligation, responsibility or necessity. So it is the obligation that boss has decided that we have to wear uniform at work. So we have to wear that. So we have used here have to. Now one more sentence. See, teacher, you must complete the essay by Friday. Student, we have to complete the essay by Friday. Now see the both sentences. In the first sentence, the teacher says, you must complete the essay by Friday. Means the teacher is giving the students an obligation. Isn't it? That he must complete the essay by Friday. Teacher is telling, na? Student, we have to complete the essay by Friday. Means the teacher has given us the obligation. We are forced to write the essay. Isn't it? So here in the both sentences it is clear that if somebody else is forcing us, then we use have to, and if we ourselves decide that we have to do that, then we use must. Okay. When we mention someone else's obligation, we use the correct conjugation to have to. Okay. Mike can't come because he has to work tomorrow. So it is Mike's obligation to fulfill his work commitment. Getting all of you? It is the commitment of Mike, that Mike is doing the commitment that he will not Mike cannot come because he has to work tomorrow. Now Suzanne and Steve have to pay their rent every Friday. They both have the obligation. Suzanne and Steve both have the obligation to pay their rent on that day. Okay. So we have used have to there. Now for question, it is much more common to use have to instead of must. Suppose that we are in the question, we are asking some question, then instead of must, have to is more suitable. Okay. When do you have to finish the report? It is correct. When must you finish the report? It is wrong. Okay. Now, must you leave right now? Do you have to leave right now? Getting all of you the differences? So, must is only used in the present tense and sometimes to express the future. So, we should keep in our mind that must is used in present tense. Okay, present tense and sometimes to express the future. We use a form of have to for the other tenses. Okay, must is used only for present tense and to express the future. Okay, we use the form of have to for the other tenses. The past tense of must is had to. It is also not known to many of the students that the past tense of must is had to. I had to pay my speeding ticket yesterday. So, I must pay my speeding ticket. So, we are talking about the yesterday past tense. So, we have used here had to. Must is suitable, but for the past tense, we will use had to, because past tense of must is had to. Okay? Getting all of you? Now, must is only used in the present tense and sometimes express the future. Already we have read this. And have to for the other tenses, and had to to present the must. Okay. For the past tense of must is had to. I had to pay my speeding ticket yesterday. She had to give the presentation to her boss. Okay. Getting all of you? So, we are talking about the past tense. So, had to is used here. The future tense of must is will have to. Okay. Where we will use will have to is also the always used as a future tense for must. I will have to leave work early tomorrow. Okay, so we are talking here about the future. So we are telling here will have to. Sometimes must is used to express future obligation. I must leave work early tomorrow. Okay. Getting all of you? Where you have to use will have to, and where we have to use have to, where we have to use had to. Okay. These all are the forms of most only. In informal English, have got to is sometimes used instead of have to. The subject and have has are almost always contracted before got to spoken English. Okay. See, I have got to is equal to I have got to, and I have to. He is got to, he has got to, he has to. Okay. Now see, these lines, what we are doing in the I have got to tidy my room before I can go out. I have got to tidy my room before I can go out. I have to tidy my room before I can go out. So, in informal English, have to is to have got to is sometimes used instead of have to. Okay. Getting all of you children? Now see, I have got to, I have got to, I have to. He has got to, he has got to, and he has to. So we have got to study for the exam. She has got to bring a ticket or she won't get in. He is got to be more patient. Okay. Now see, when an adverb of frequency is used, have to is used instead of have got to. Now, where we have to use have to instead of have got to? when adverb of frequency is used. I have to wash the dishes. I have got to wash the dishes. Both are correct because adverb of frequency we are using here. I normally have to wash the dishes. I have normally got to wash the dishes. This is not correct. This is wrong. But I normally have to wash the dishes is correct. Okay. Now see, in this video I have told you the uses of must, okay, and have to. Where we use have to and where we use must. And I have explained it very nicely that the speaker think it is necessary, then we use must, and another person thinks it is necessary and that is used for external obligation, then we use have to. Okay dear children, thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much.